It is Monday, February the 12th, 2024. I am James. You are you. We are here for a heart-pumping edition of At Home with James. Why is it heart-pumping? Well, because tonight we will be discussing matters of the heart. Why? Well, it's time for our annual Valentine's Day special. Now, admittedly, not the biggest fan, but that's no different than most holidays we celebrate on this show, whether it's Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, Construction Holiday, Ontario Family Day. But I know that you know that I know how much you appreciate when we have these very special editions. And when we say, I know that you know, in regards to how much you appreciate it, of course, I'm talking about the smattering of viewers that still watch this show. We're hanging in there, embarking in on almost 4 years on the internet. If anything, this is the 5th year of operations. Now, hold on. Let me explain myself. We began in 2020. Then we did 2021, 2022, 2023. So we're about to hit 4 years, but we're currently in, for the most part, our 5th year. They said I couldn't do it. They said, oh, when things come back, are you going to give it up? No, because this is all I've got. So will you be my Valentine? Speaking of Valentines, let's bring my Valentine this year onto the screen. He is the co-pilot, co-host, the side piece, woo, of tonight's episode. Let's get Dave Kaufman in here. Happy Valentine's Day.
James, jump on it. Jump on it.
Oh, yeah,
Jump on
nice.
it.
I was about to ask, what song is this?
I don't even know what that is.
Bah, bah, bah,
Bah,
bah.
bah,
Now I know
bah,
it. Now
bah.
I know it. Dave, it's almost the loveliest time of year.
Yeah.
How do you
Can
feel
you?
about Valentine's Day?
I can feel the romance in the air.
I feel like the framing of this episode, I'm looking at our Twitch screen, not great.
What's wrong with it? Me or you?
Yeah, well, I would say a bit of both. Say you're
Okay.
closer than usual, and I feel like my living room leaves something to be desired.
Okay, let me adjust. Let me make some
Let's
adjustments.
see what happens here.
I'm playing it fast and loose today, James.
I often feel like I'm too zoomed in on the show.
You know, you'd be surprised, but proper framing of a face is quite zoomed in.
Is that so?
Yeah, I learned that in communications college.
All right. I wasn't aware that you went to communications college.
I didn't.
Well, all right then. Well, Dave, as you frame things
This
in
better?
order here. Yeah, I do like it. I do like
There
it.
you go.
February 14th is a couple days away. Valentine's Day is on the horizon. How do you feel about the holiday? Or should I say holiday?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think I've got I've got my sweeties at home. My
Your sweeties?
yeah, my
So
wife.
you have your wife and you're having an affair.
Yeah,
All right.
I got my sweeties, and my kids are also looking forward to the day.
Really,
Well,
your kid, your I can't imagine your son is aware of anything that's happening
no, he
outside
doesn't.
of shoving food in his face.
No, although I did.
Your daughter is into Valentine's
My
Day.
daughter's into Valentine's in a major way. She's excited for the potential chocolate and treats that she's gonna get.
Okay, so she's aware that it's a holiday in which you can get candy, no different than Halloween.
That's right. Yeah, and she knows that it's about love too.
Okay, does she?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
All right, do you have anything special planned for your wife?
Um.
I mean, the answer's no.
Well,
Currently, the answer's no.
I got a couple of chocolates.
All right. Now, will you eat them?
I mean, I might partake in a couple of them. Sure.
All right, so you bought your wife chocolate and you'll eat some of them.
Yeah. Cadbury
Dave-
cream eggs.
So you bought her Easter chocolate for Valentine's Day. You are the living end.
Yeah. Oh, what did you get your wife? Oh, that's right. You don't have one.
I mean, yeah, that's correct. I'm currently unmarried.
Yeah.
Really pleased with yourself, huh?
Yeah.
What if I was married? What would that be like? What if you found out I was secretly married?
Secretly married?
Look, Dave, you know me pretty well. Is it beyond me to be secretly married?
It's not beyond you. I'd be a little offended though if you were secretly married.
You know, when people find out certain things about my personal life, people have been offended that I haven't told them.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
I can understand from their perspective, but I don't think I could ever relate to the same thing.
Look, if you were married and you didn't tell me after all the sort of venting I've done about marriage to you, I'd be a little bit. It'd be
All right.
crazy. It would be
Now,
legitimately crazy.
Dave, I want you to
Oh
I
no.
want you to relax. I want you to relax. We've got a
This.
comment coming in from the chat from one of my favorite viewers. Four Loco Toad writes, "Quote: Somebody married the guy on the right."
Yeah, I'm sure that this son of a bitch is not married to themselves, and they know nothing about love.
You're just flaunting your marriage at everyone.
Yeah,
Me,
that's
Four
right.
Loco Toad.
Yeah, the toad is back.
Our friend Marlena Moore in the chat also giving you a heads up.
I
Look
like
out, Dave,
Marlena.
the toad is
I
back.
like thanks for the heads up, Marlena. I like that.
Well, Dave, I put the call out for a variety of questions that people were dealing with: heartbreak, romance conundrums, this, that, the other. And I will say that I'm pretty impressed with the plethora of questions that we received. Tonight, we are not Dave and James. We are the love doctors.
Nice. Well, we are romance experts, James.
Well, I'm glad that you said it. I was going to say it, but I didn't want to pat myself on the back too hard. But we know a thing or two about getting it on.
Oh yeah. I've got all sorts of tips and tricks.
All right. Well, let's see if we can put these tips and tricks to good use tonight for the people that are watching. I'm skeptical the people that sent these questions in if they're even watching.
Well, it's okay. They can watch the replay.
Yeah, that's true. People often don't realize that you can watch the replay of this. Dave, are you ready for question number 1?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so the first one we got, I've put it up top because this is common. This one comes from someone who I guess is not having fun this year. How do you ignore Valentine's Day? And I can say from at least, I'll generalize here from a guy's perspective very easily.
It's quite easy to do. In fact, I've forgotten it many times in the past, which has led
Yeah.
to issues.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's necessarily a tip of how to ignore it. I think it's a matter of identifying why do you feel the way that you do. And people say all the time, well, Valentine, well, you need one day to show your love. Of course, you don't need one day, but it's just a day to have fun with it. I'm going to go off on a couple tangents here, but let's start with the question. Obviously, the people that want to ignore it are the ones that want a Valentine the most. Do we agree?
Well, I think they're the ones who probably struggle in that area the most, and
Oh, that's interesting. So you think the haters are the ones that can never quite line up their love life?
I think, yeah, it makes them reflect on their own shortcomings. And so every time you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, for Loco Toad, it's always a bit difficult.
Okay, and then Valentine's Day just shines a spotlight, an even brighter one, on the feelings, the sadness, and dare I say, the insecurities that you might be feeling.
That's right. You look at all these people in their relationships and you're like, oh, why not me? Why can't I
Yeah.
do that?
You know what? I think perhaps, and this is very loose, I do think it's nice around the holidays to be coupled. When I say holidays, I mean Christmas, because then you get someone to shop for and things like that. I think I dealt with that in my younger days, but that certainly has evaporated as I've gotten older. So
Well,
I think I can understand why people might feel it around Valentine's Day. I think because I don't care about Valentine's Day, it just seems like such a foolish day to be bothered. But maybe it's because everyone else is amplifying their love. You go on Instagram and people are like, look,
yeah.
this guy,
The best guy in the world.
yeah, this is my fella. Or the opposite, like, this one, right?
That's what the
one.
guys will write. Yeah, they'll say,
Yeah.
this gal.
Nah, the guys ain't writing nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know any men that are like, I'm over the moon for Valentine's Day? And you can't say yourself.
No, I can't say. I don't think I know a single person.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Neither do I. So is there a way to get past these feelings on Valentine's Day, Dr. Love?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, focus on yourself. Don't worry about the other
Oh, that's
people.
interesting. Maybe make yourself your Valentine this year and maybe take yourself out to the spa,
Sure.
go to the movies, go home, light a couple candles, put on some satin sheets on your
Or
bed,
or hit the
get out a
gym.
vibrator maybe,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
a nice bottle of
Light some
lube.
candles and take your favorite vibrator
Yeah.
and pleasure yourself.
Yeah. So we hope that helps.
Yeah.
It was very much directed towards maybe women who, well, a guy can use a vibrator too. Why not?
Sure. Guys can use anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Excuse me.
Poor Loco Toad writes, quote, stick it up your tailpipe.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a lewd way of
Good.
putting it.
Anyone, yeah, on Valentine's Day, you could get a little wet and wild with it.
Yeah, or you can put it in a tailpipe of your enemy, like in their car.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you specified because I was getting a
Yeah.
little nervous of where this is going. All right, let's move on to the next question. Now, this one, it's a little coded, but we'll get into it after. How do you know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run? So this is certainly in relation to when do you know when to end things, when to walk away.
Sure.
It's breaking up is a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Dave, you haven't had to break up in how long now?
I mean, I've been the last person I broke up with
Office.
would have been 20 years ago.
All right. Bush.
No, that's not true.
What's not true? The breakup or Bush?
20 years? Yeah, maybe it's 20 years ago. Sorry, what do you mean Bush?
I said who was in office.
Oh, it might have been Obama's first term.
Okay. How long have you been with your wife?
Married?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 5 years, something like that, 6 years.
No, I said how long have you been with her?
Oh, like I don't know, maybe
You don't know.
Probably not. No, 15
okay.
years, something like that. 14 years, 15 years.
Okay, so you've landed on, you went 15 years, something like that. Then you went down to 14 years.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to remember. It's been so
Why?
long, James. Why?
Okay, well, you ever think about leaving?
My wife?
Yeah.
No.
In the early days, you never thought, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think that there was.
I'm getting to something here. I'm not trying to set you up to say, oh, you want to leave your wife.
No, I think there was a period where I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is just a fun thing, and then at some point I was like, oh well, this is.
You guys are going out to the spa. You're going out to movies. You're bringing it home to the satin sheets. You're getting out the vibrator. It's a fun thing.
Light some candles, getting out
Putting
that
it up the
vibrator.
tailpipe.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh well, I like this person a lot. We've been dating, so now now let's take it to the
But you
next
never
level.
thought at any moment, I don't know. Should I?
No, really, we're having a good time.
John Taffer shut it down.
No, I've had that with other people, but not with her.
Never once. You never went through these times where it's like, we're just fighting. I'm talking about the early days here.
The early days we didn't really fight. It's the later years that we fight.
Oh, trust me, I've bared witness to it multiple times, live and in person. I've had front row seats for it as recently as about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason I'm asking is every relationship goes through tough times.
Yeah.
So the question, how do you know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run? I've certainly been in moments where like, I don't know if is this working? What keeps you there? And what forces you onto the other side?
I think like in my past, it's like, oh well, do I actually get along with this person on like on a
Hold on, I want to throw a flag on the plate here. People break up all the time when they still get along. There's a variety of reasons why you might walk away.
Sure. Well, I mean, for me, that's what the questions were. Like, do I like hanging out with this person? Is it more? Do I I'll constantly want to be like? Am I excited for them to leave? Like that.
Well,
Those are the questions I asked
we're all
myself.
a little excited.
I mean, at the beginning, I wasn't though. Like, I was genuinely just enjoying hanging out with the person.
I'm not making this about you anymore. I'm saying, how do you know when? What are you trying to tell us here, Dave? You're not on trial here. This ain't you can't handle the truth.
I
I'm gonna ask the question. I'm not sure you quite understand it.
Okay, ask it again.
How do you know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away? Dave, you just stop looking at the chat. You're getting rattled here.
You're reading the chat saying it's rattled. I'm really not rattled.
I didn't read it. How do you know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run? What keeps you around? This is a broader you versus when do you know when it's time to shut it down?
Broader me.
Yeah, drink up.
I stand by my answer.
All right.
If you don't get along with the person, or if you're not attracted to them, or if you feel like you both want different things out of your lives currently or later on.
Because that's what I take from this person is on both sides of the fence. They're thinking, should I stay or should I go now?
Well, I mean, yeah. If you go, there could be trouble.
Well, that's the thing. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah. And if you stay, there could be double.
But sometimes you stick around. You're looking down the barrel of regret.
That's true. Well, what do you think, James? You're asking these questions.
Well, it's so tough not knowing the specifics, right?
Yeah. I would say, like, if you, for instance, don't want to have a kid and the other person wants to have a kid, that's like a big thing that you probably...
It's a big thing, yeah.
Or even just marriage. If you're not ready for marriage and they really want to get married and you want different things out of life, then...
Yeah, that's where I'd be like, we're together right now.
Yeah, but some people want to plan. Some people... some people are like, well, I only have a certain amount of good years, and if I want a kid eventually, then I need to start settling down now.
I think I'd be in trouble if I was dating someone who's like, this is my plan. I'd be like, baby, James don't plan.
Well, then that'd be a good reason to
baby,
break
James
up.
don't plan.
But, I really like you, James, and I feel like if we just planned it out, we could, we could settle down and have a nice life together.
Baby, James don't plan.
But look, I've made a schedule for what our next 5 years could look like.
Could you imagine a love schedule?
Yeah, love schedule.
I'd be like, you got to go marry another teacher, baby.
But some people have, like, they know when they want to get married. They know.
So that's wild to me. It's wild. I'm not against it, but it's wild, baby. Mm-hmm. So that in that instance, I'd probably say to the person, look, I'm happy being with you, but I'm not quite sure I'm going to plan out my life.
Well, and that could be the deal breaker, and that's okay.
Could be the deal breaker.
If you want different things,
pack up the satin sheets, the vibrators.
Yeah, we enjoyed each other's company while it lasted, and
you know what? How about this? If you're asking the question, maybe deep down. If you're thinking you want to fold them, you want to cash out, walk away.
Here's what I'd say though: sleep on it. Because sometimes in the heat of a moment, you make a rash decision. You could live to regret that.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? Mini breakups, that's classic.
Yeah. It's like the Ross Rachel.
Yeah, from the Friends show.
The Friends show, yeah.
I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Of meeting your own Rachel?
No, seeing
Okay.
the show, yeah.
Well, it's on Netflix.
Well, I don't have Netflix.
Well,
let's go to the next question. What's that now?
You could borrow my account.
I can't. I used to use your account, and then Netflix changed the rules.
That's right. But for $7.99 a month, I can add you as a user in a different house.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
I want to talk about that after this.
All right.
Dave, this question is specifically for you.
Oh, okay.
Dave, what is the secret to a lasting marriage? Now, you estimate you've been married for 5 years.
I think it's longer.
All right. So it's 5 years, but could be longer.
Could be longer.
You've been in a relationship that's anywhere, in your words, from 15 to 14 years.
Yeah.
So what's the secret been for you, Dave?
It's compromise.
Mm-hmm.
It's meeting in the middle on a lot of things. It's being open and honest in your conversation. It's a sense of fear of leaving.
Can you expand on that?
Just the impending loneliness if you leave this person.
Wow, now that's interesting, right? I'll never meet anybody else.
No,
One of those, I'll never meet anyone else.
I'm being a little bit
You're being cheeky.
cheeky,
You're
but
being a little like a little cheeky
yeah,
Cupid.
a little cheeky Cupid, ready to
Woo! Woo.
shoot some arrows into some dicks.
Boing.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. It's communication, coming to agreement on like core values, and
What about hardcore values?
yeah, hardcore values. Yeah, and being being compatible, I guess,
All right.
and also sleeping on it whenever anything gets too bad.
Yeah, no, okay, so not flying off the handle and sleeping on it.
Yeah.
All right, well, Dave, look, I want to circle back. I've watched you and your wife have some pretty legendary arguments.
I want to ask you some questions about your relationships too.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
How do you resolve those hardcore blowouts?
Those blowouts, the hardcore
Yeah.
ones. Normally, it's just a matter of if you because passions get high in the heat of the moment, and sometimes we say things that we don't mean, or
Ooh, I hate that. I don't like name calling.
you read into things in a way. It's easy. It can be easy if you're upset to read into
Yeah.
comments that might be correct, but in a way that you don't like them. So
Now, I'd like to speak from my perspective of someone who's been witness to it. I think I've really de-escalated a lot of fights between the two of you
you're pretty good at that. Yeah.
with some really well-timed jokes.
Yeah.
And bro, man, I've had your back multiple times.
Right. But normally, is it? Do you ever feel like? And you can be honest here. Do you ever feel like I'm?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting an outside perspective on an argument too, and then people, if you feel like you're on the wrong side of that argument, you start to back off when you see that like other people don't view it the same way that you do.
All right, that's fair. And you know what, Dave, you're right. This has been very one-sided. I've been
Yeah.
cornering you with a series of pointed questions. So the floor is yours.
Well, you've been in some relationships over.
Yeah, I've been
over-
in a few.
Yeah.
I've been in a few.
So what would you say has made? Of course, you're not married, which is fine.
I could be.
That's true. I guess I don't know for sure.
I could be.
Well, what has
Not inconceivable.
well for the relationships that you've been in that have been successful, just in terms
Yeah.
of the time that you've been in them, what do you feel like has helped you keep like what has kept a relationship together versus has made
I'll tell
it
you
fall
what,
apart?
learning from your failures of the previous one and being willing and big enough to make changes in areas that maybe you were stubborn about in the past.
Yeah, sure. That must be hard for you.
It has been for
Yeah.
sure in certain areas for sure.
Yeah.
Then as you get older, you realize, well, not everything needs to be an argument or a fight.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
So you know what I'll say? Trying to keep your cool to the best of your abilities.
I think that sometimes when you're just like, you know what, emotionally, I feel like things could get heated, but taking the steps to de-escalate is also pretty valuable.
I'm a great de-escalator because look, nobody wins in a firefight.
Yeah,
Bullets are gonna be shot. Where I'm more of the approach of like, hey, I think that thing you said hurt my feelings.
Okay, you're a model UN guy. You're not.
I am a model UN, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the model UN of boys.
representing
Yeah.
boys at the model UN.
Yeah.
James.
But I'm also being grounded in maybe spirited discussion of those things can, in my experience, be very frustrating for the other party.
Yeah, for sure.
They're up in arms and I'm just there sitting relaxed, kind of with my arms crossed, like I'm doing notes after an improv show.
Sometimes it's fun to, like, the more fun thing is to duke it out fisticuff style.
Look, sometimes arguing is fun.
Yeah. And you can
It
tell.
is fun, but if you believe in your cause, because if both people believe in what they're saying to be true, and it's not, oh, you spit in my face at dinner in front of my parents, well, that's just that's hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Things will get hardcore.
But if it's like, hey, you made that joke, it kind of hurt my feelings. Versus flying off the handle, I think you're going to have a better discussion. You're going to have better lines of communication if you don't immediately snap.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. And then sometimes you can tell when the other person is also just saying something or is escalating in a way just to get a rise out of you, even if they don't know they're doing it for that
I
reason.
will say I don't have a ton of experience with that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that
Well,
happens.
I know you do. We won't name any
No,
names.
yeah, for sure.
Let's move on to the next question. So this one is juicy.
I like a
This
little
might be the
juice.
juiciest one of the night.
Okay, well maybe you go first on this one, James.
This one reads, "My boyfriend won't tell his ex about me. Why is he hiding me?" I think this one needs a bit of context, but it's juicy.
So
Because these I feel have lacked context.
sure, yeah. I mean,
Know
you
when
don't
to
know the
hold 'em, know when to
person.
fold them.
Yeah.
A bit of context could have helped there.
Well, I think there could be a few different reasons
Yes.
for this, and it really depends on what the current relationship between the ex and the boyfriend is.
Yes.
If it's a thing where the boyfriend views the ex as a little bit unstable or a little bit
Could be touchy. It could be a touchy situation.
emotional, and he just wants to avoid anything that, like, he has to interact with this person still, but he wants to avoid anything that will set them off. I think that's reasonable to just
You're
like,
moving around the bear trap.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Now the negative way of the negative reason would be that he still has something going with the ex and doesn't want the ex to know that he's also got this.
So in the context of this
Side
question,
piece.
do you think it's a possibility that this person is still something's going on with the ex and he's keeping it a secret from everybody?
I think it's a possibility for sure, and maybe he's trying to like get back with the ex or something. And
This
he's
guy
like,
could be a player.
he could be a player.
He could be a player, but you know what they say?
They say don't hate the player, James.
Hate the game,
Hate the
Dave.
game.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And that's the game of life that they're playing right now.
This is the difficulty is we don't know the context.
Yeah, of course, we need more context.
Okay, well let's examine both possibilities. Let's start with the latter. We might have a dirty dog here
Yeah.
who's maybe looking to get back with the ex. Maybe they're getting the satin sheets out. They're getting the vibrators going. They got the lube.
Yeah.
But he's also got this new girlfriend. He wants his cake and he's eating it too.
Yeah,
if this is what's happening, if it's not gonna end well, it's gonna blow up. You can't live a double life like this.
You got to send that dirty dog to the pound.
Put him down.
Yeah, exactly.
Euthanize him.
Whoa, I wouldn't say that, James. Send him to
Do
the
it.
Rainbow Bridge.
All right. The flip side is this person's former girlfriend. There is concern that they might have strong feelings about it, and the guy wants to keep the peace.
Yeah, it's just like why do I need to give this my old girlfriend any information about what I'm doing romantically now? Just like she's in the past, and let bygones be bygones.
Yeah. And look, as someone who might be secretly married,
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent in not everyone needs to know everything, and people are free to keep whatever they want to themselves. I
Yeah.
say this is a very private person.
Yeah, I think that's also reasonable, but it's the girlfriend's job who wrote the question to find out which one it is,
Yeah.
and we got to know that context really, like why,
Yeah,
like
we
what's the
gotta know that
relationship?
context.
Yeah.
If you're gonna send questions in, we need context.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get a lot better answers if we have context.
Amen.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. This one's really interesting. Maybe this is the juiciest question.
Well, James, you know I really like interesting things.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
I know that. Dave, this one might get you a little bit itchy.
Okay.
All right, here we go. How do James and Dave show that they love each other?
How do we show it?
How do we show it?
I mean,
I'll say it. I'll say it here live on the show. I've got a lot of love for Dave.
I have a lot of love for you, James. I think you show it probably in a more a negative way than I.
Oh, here we go.
No, you're
The way
very
he
nice.
talks about me.
You're very nice most of the time, but you like to pretend that you're mad at me.
I think that's an extreme,
Is it?
extreme depiction.
No.
I don't pretend that I'm mad at you.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I need some examples here.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I published our Facebook chat, they'd be full of examples. You like to say, you're doing me dirty, or what was the most recent one?
Well, let's get into it.
You said, can we do something on Sunday, or are you gonna throw me out, or are you gonna throw me away, or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah, well, they're a mutual friend of ours. I had a birthday party for their daughter. I was not invited.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have wanted to go anyway.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so.
But it's fun to pretend that I've been scorned by it.
That's it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's mad. It's more of a joke that James, the character, is being disregarded.
Yeah, but the disregard, the joke bleeds.
Maybe where you're right is I rope other people into it as well.
The disregard, the you feeling disregard joke bleeds into you being aggressive because of said disregard.
Aggressive is a little strong.
Is it though?
I think aggressive is strong. Personally speaking, I think it's strong, but I respect that you feel that way.
Okay, so to sum up the question,
we might have differing opinions of what aggressive is.
We share love for each other via teasing and general bits.
Yeah, there is a lot of teasing, right?
Yeah.
You gave it to me earlier, saying I wasn't married, but I could be. I could be.
I hope not.
Why?
Because I would have liked to have known about it.
Oh, well, I don't recall being invited to your wedding.
Actually, you know what, James? If you were married and that marriage was made you happy, I wouldn't care if you told me or not. I would just be happy that you're happy.
I want to bring into question a really great, if we're talking about love, a great favor that you did for me last week when you had to drive me to one of my places of work to drop off an enormous bag of items.
Yeah.
Dave took time out of his day to meet me. I offered to buy him lunch, so it was we both got a little action out of it, but we didn't have time for lunch. So,
yeah.
Dave is helpful and I'm a bastard apparently.
I didn't say you're a bastard.
Didn't you?
No, I said you like to tease me.
I would say that, the people that I like they're not gonna have an easy ride because I like to make it a little bit bumpy.
It is a bit bumpy.
Not gonna have an easy ride. Some people do have an easy ride though.
And you know what? Maybe Four Loco Toad likes me too.
I think Four Loco Toad loves you.
Wow.
You don't give gears like that unless you really like someone. Some people, I think, look, they're a little sensitive, and I have openly told people in life, look, I can tell this bothers you. I'm not going to do this. And then I'll often get, no, you can. And I'll say, but I can't. It's okay. That's totally fine.
Well, them being bothered is fine too, right?
I think if you're friends with me, you got to be able to take a bit of heat. Because I'll take it too. I love it.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
What was the name of that song? A Friend with Weed is Better?
Yeah, it's Pure Mourning.
Yeah. I hated that song.
Well.
Very annoying vocals. A friend with weed is better.
And then there was a friend with breasts and all the rest, a friend in stormy weather.
Those are hardcore lyrics, man.
Yeah.
Coming in from the chat, the real Andrew Mackay, he's got it exactly dead on. Quote, Dave is a great guy to give the gears to as well as getting the gears from.
Yeah. And most of the time I'm
Dave,
up for it.
You're a classic guy that would be at the bar. Everyone's circled. Here he is. They start shoving you. They pour beers on your head.
On my head.
They put like peanut shells down your underwear. They hold you down against the bar. They give you pink bellies. They dunk your head into the urinal.
That sounds awful.
And then you buy the round.
Yeah.
Go to the next
sucker. Question. Yeah.
Here we go. Now, this is an interesting one. It touches on what we talked about earlier. What do men want to receive for Valentine's Day? Now, this is a great question because I'm not going to generalize. I'm not going to speak for Dave, but I know as a male, when Valentine's Day comes up, I have felt like, oh, what am I going to do for this girl? At times it has felt, and I don't care either, more of a one-sided holiday where it's like, what is the guy gonna do? And I speak to this as a straight man. What is the guy gonna do for the female?
I'm going to say this. I think
Say
all
it.
holidays are one-sided holidays.
Oh man, you're stepping in it, Dave.
Am I wrong though?
I would say in my experiences, no.
No.
I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way.
I when it comes because look, I don't observe many holidays.
Hmm.
So let's think about it. If we're talking about obviously we're excluding St. Patrick's Day and Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Sure.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. You mean Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, Valentine's Day? Is there anything I'm missing?
Okay, I guess I think you're right actually, but I'll phrase it like this: on those holidays, if one person were to not get the other person a gift,
Yeah.
it would always be a bigger deal.
I think that again in my experiences, if I didn't get anything for Valentine's Day, I wouldn't I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
I think it would maybe hurt my not even a gift. Around Christmas the gesture would hurt my feelings a little bit.
interesting.
But not a gift. But look, here's the thing. I'm a sucker for Christmas. I don't want to talk about Christmas. It's February. Have you ever at any point in your life thought, I wonder what my girlfriend is going to do for me on Valentine's Day?
Not once.
Never. I also feel the same way, but I have certainly at times felt guilt to be like, should I buy flowers? Should I do this?
Yeah, I agree with that. That pretty much echoes my sentiment.
I do think that perhaps females are more touched by those gestures than men. Because I know that I've certainly done something minimal on Valentine's Day, and it's been under the guise of, oh, not a big deal. Oh, neither of us care. And then the day comes, you're like, what did I didn't do, but what did I do? I did this thing. I thought we weren't. Maybe the lesson is you just got to do it.
I think you do just have to do it, but I do agree. Like I don't know. If I got like a chocolate, I'd be like, oh, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, let me think about this. What would I want to receive for Valentine's Day? I've never thought about it. It's so hard to put myself in a position to care because I don't.
And you know what? Let's not. I don't think we need to only accept things that are stereotypical Valentine's Day things either.
There's a lot of stereotypes of items that men get.
Like
We're
what?
not getting jewelry. We're not
Oh, yeah.
getting. You might get chocolate. We're not going to get flowers. Some might, but again, this is just. We're talking Dave and James here, the doctors of love.
If I got a
Look,
video game for Valentine's Day,
imagine that. I got you Halo 3.
that would not only would that like rule in the sense that like it's like something I would play or whatever.
Sure.
But I mean that would really be like this is clearly not a selfish gift. If anything, it's to a detriment to yourself. You're getting me this game. I think that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I think like a homemade card that's like fun would be cool. I like I'm a sucker for cards.
I don't like cards.
Why not?
I have to
You
go
gotta
read
read 'em?
them. Yeah.
But I think if it's like something creative, I quite like that.
Yeah.
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 This is very tough to say. Now, there's a follow-up to this question.
Sure.
Two-parter. What don't men want for Valentine's Day? A hard time.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you've got stronger feelings about this holiday than I do. Do you feel that if you do nothing for Valentine's Day, your wife is going to be disappointed? Because based on my experience, I think she will be.
Maybe I think
So get over it fast, but I don't. I think she would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I think that in the stage of the life that I'm in right now, which is near death. No,
That's hardcore, man.
no, I'm not. But I think that like the holidays are sort of things that we view almost through the lens of our children right now.
Sure.
So we do a lot of the things.
But
that we
I
do.
think that's the danger in relationships.
It is
And
a
I say that
danger.
as a person who doesn't have kids. Very unlikely that I will have kids.
Oh come on, James. What about your wife?
My secret wife.
Yeah, is she secretly pregnant right now?
Now,
Okay.
when you're looking at life through the lens of your kids, like, we got to get them the chocolates, we got to get them the, whatever, the Christmas presents. You're saying the relationship takes a back seat.
Yeah, for sure. Or doing something exclusively for the other person without paying mind to like how it's going to.
What does your wife take baths?
No. She takes baths with my daughter sometimes.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe like a pretty good Valentine's Day gift would be to bridge the gap, or get like a bath bomb, maybe a nice scented candle. You say, I want you to take a 1 hour bath, and I'm gonna take care of the kids while you're relaxing.
I mean, that would be a great gift, but that would never actually work.
Yeah.
Because my kids know where she is and they'll just enter the bath.
Oh God, could you imagine that you're having a moment for yourself and just see nude children
Imagine it. I've lived that.
It sounds awful. It sounds absolutely awful.
They are cute. They're your kids, so.
Yeah, but you want a moment to yourself.
It'd be worth it if it was somebody else's kids.
Yeah. What if it was both of your kids and all of your nieces trying to get into the tub and you're naked?
I would probably.
You'd kill yourself.
I'd probably kill myself.
You'd like dunk your head in the toilet. Then all the guys from the bar would show up and start giving you a swirly.
Yeah. Why?
Okay,
Self-swirly.
What? I mean, look, I think I'd probably be happy if someone got me any Valentine's Day gift, if there was thought behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I've received gifts with things that I already received and I already own and I still like it.
And also, like, even just gifts in general, like, I mean, we're both adults. We just buy ourselves the stuff that we want. And so it's like, how are you going to buy something for me that you have to buy something for me that I don't even know that I want, but that is that I do want, and that's like,
well, look,
a very difficult task.
Look, I've seen you and your wife just go to the store and buy your Christmas gifts. Do you want this? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
David breaks my heart. It can't be that way, man. Maybe it can be. You look. Who am I to tell you?
Yeah, you're only secretly married. I've been legit married for years.
Yeah, it's true. The woman I'm married to doesn't even know.
Oh yeah, you married her in her sleep.
Yeah.
Sans consent.
Yeah, sans consent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple more questions here, Dave.
Please bring them on.
This one came in.
I hope this has been helpful for everyone.
This was so I'm sure it's been really helpful. This one came in while we were on the air. My boyfriend simps so hard for me. Is it bad that I indulge him?
What would indulge? I mean, we need more context.
Yeah, if you're gonna send questions,
give us more context.
I'm not even quite sure if I understand what the term simp means.
So simp, my understanding would be someone who sort of like worships you and does everything for you, buys you all your stuff. Like there's a lot of like anyone who like follows someone on OnlyFans, I feel like is like, or like who like sends a bunch of money.
Okay,
is like
an admirer.
Yeah,
now
an admirer, but to the point where
is he paying for everything?
Probably.
She says my boyfriend, so they are together.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I indulge it?
I mean, probably. I can't imagine wanting to stay with someone who's just a simp for you. I feel like it wouldn't be attractive.
But I like, again, I need more context here.
So I mean, let's maybe paint a picture of what this simp could, like, what the behavior could be. Okay. So to me, this is someone who pays for everything of the other person.
Yep.
Who probably doesn't make any decisions about like anything.
Could he be rich?
Probably he could be rich. Yeah, I mean, probably it has to be rich, really.
Yep.
Doesn't make any of his own choices. All the choices are deferred to the person. Doesn't like stand up for themselves in a relationship necessarily.
So is that a simp? Basically, you're a wiener boy.
I think simp would be like
let's
like
get
putting
a
them on a
definition.
pedestal.
Can we go to the internet?
Yeah, all right.
Here we go. Folks, while Dave is doing this, we'll be back in a week from tonight, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Other time zones also applicable depending on where you're watching from. Twitch.tv/at home with James. Dave, you've done a what I'm going to assume is a Google search
I
for
searched on
simp.
urbandictionary.com.
Okay, well, we may not get a very flattering
Well,
definition.
there's a few of them here. I'll pick the one this one seems good. Um, it's when a male is overly submissive, simp, to a female and gains nothing from it. So overly submissive that other guys cringe and feel ashamed when seeing them. This applies to males in relationships when they are so submissive that they say literally anything to be in favor with the female.
Okay, so they lose their identity, basically.
Yeah, and then here's another definition. A word that everyone overuses without the correct definition. It means a guy that's overly desperate for women, especially if she's a bad person, or has expressed her disinterest in him, which he continues to obsess over. They're usually just virgins that will accept coochie from anyone, regardless of who they are.
That's hardcore.
Yeah,
Okay, so this coochie chaser
yeah,
might be dating a mean woman.
yeah,
We need context.
yeah. Well, if they're dating, yeah, I don't know. I would say get rid of the simp.
All right. Well, maybe also check yourself too.
Sure,
If
sure.
you're exploiting this person.
Yeah, if you're demanding they simp because you're disinterested, but you just like the attention, then that ain't good.
There's been some juicy questions.
Yeah, I just need to mute myself for a second because I got to.
That's fine. As Dave has a coughing fit, we're going to move on to our final question here. This one is, damn, this is going to be a feisty one.
This one's damn.
People were way more forthcoming with their questions because I can see who sends them as well. I know who sent these.
Okay.
Next one.
Well, you should ask them for more context next time.
That would have been good. Can I have more context, please? A guy who dumped me 8 months ago is back. Should I give him another chance? There's many angles in which we can approach this, but we need a bit of context.
We need a bit more context. What do you mean back?
I guess he's like, hey, look, I'm out. 8 months pass. I guess he's sniffing around.
Okay.
Look, let's look at it from the positive side of things. Let's just say person's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Time passes, you realize, like, what did I do? I made a mistake. This is a great person. I think you have to examine how they're coming back. Are they accountable? Are they being open and honest? Are they saying, hey, look, I know a lot of time has passed. I know that I was the person that initiated the split. I recognize that. In the months that have passed, I've done a lot of reflecting, and I think I really made a mistake. And I'd be willing to give it another try if you want to go get a coffee. I'd appreciate it. If not, look, I completely understand, and the mistake is mine that I made.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's also, it depends on like the reasoning, as if this person just wasn't ready for a relationship back like at the time, or if they were going
And the
through
tricky
something
thing
else.
is, if you're on the receiving end, you're like, oh, now they're ready, because it's very easy to be defensive when people come back with stuff like that. Like, oh, what, you couldn't find anyone else, so now you're coming sniffing around again.
Yeah, or if they left for another person and then that just didn't work out and now I'm your like backup.
Look, it happens though.
That's true.
It happens. Context is king.
Yeah, it really depends on the context, and it's unfortunate that a lot of these questions.
What caused the person to walk away, and what's causing them to come back?
James, it kind of pisses me off that we really could have helped a lot of people tonight, but
Yeah.
due to lack of context, I feel like we're unable to.
How many of these questions really had context here? Let's see. First question: how do you ignore Valentine's Day? I feel that one I understood.
It's enough context.
How do you know when to hold them, when to fold them, walk away, when to run?
No context at all.
I would have, like, we get the gist of it. It just means they're on the fence. I want more information. Secret to long-lasting marriage, very clear. Boyfriend won't tell his ex about me. Why is he hiding me? We need context. How did James and Dave show their love for each other? We got it. What do men want to receive and not want to receive for Valentine's Day? We got it. My boyfriend's a simp. Should I indulge him? No context. Guy who dumped me 8 months ago is back. Should I give him another chance? Need more context. I mean, look, this person's thinking about it, though.
Yeah.
They are thinking about taking him back.
Flip a coin.
We looked at it from the positive perspective, where they just said, I had to walk it back. What if we look at it from the negative now? What are possible negative perspectives on this?
Well, I mean, if this person's just stringing them along or something like that, or it's just a dating out of convenience. Oh, something didn't work out for me. I'm going back to
horny.
this person. Could just be horny, baby. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, looking for a piece of that.
Yeah, doing it all for the nookie.
Well, those are the moments when you have to ask yourself, okay, well, look, I don't want anything to do with this guy. I'm going to say no.
But sometimes you may just want to hook up with them.
You want to, hey, I'll give this a try. I don't care that much. People date for all sorts of reasons.
That's true. I would put my shields up and approach cautiously.
Yeah, that is a great response. And I think ultimately what you have to do is follow the heart to a degree, but you have to follow the head.
Yeah. And follow your bliss.
One of my all-time sayings.
Yeah.
So, Dave, in closing,
does the person spark joy? And if not, just like Marie Kondo says, toss them to the curb.
Sometimes sparking joy is not always a good thing, though.
That's true. If
think about using crack.
That's true. They never asked Marie Kondo about crack.
Yeah.
Does this crack spark joy?
Well, it does for people that like it.
Yeah, you spark the crack, and then it sparks joy.
You spark the crack, it don't spark back.
Yeah. McGruff, the crime dog.
Let's get him on the show.
Yeah. Where's our booker?
You get McGruff, the crime dog. Isn't it McGriff?
No, it's McGruff, I think. It's McGriff? No, there's no... That's not...
I might be Mandela affecting
Yeah,
this.
I don't think so. I feel like it's McGruff.
Who was the...
Let me look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. On Urban Dictionary, it's just going to give you, oh, that's where you put on a dog mask and have sex with someone.
Yeah. It's McGruff, James.
Okay. We'll get him on the show. McGruff. We'll get Smokey the Bear.
Yeah. And then the Stay Alert, Steak Safe kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Yeah.
Stay alert. Stay safe.
Yeah.
We higher episode on Canadian PSAs.
Yeah. We can also get Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod on one time.
Yeah, body break.
Yeah.
Body break. McGriff is from The Simpsons. That's what I was thinking about. Lisa, the dog is talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dave, in closing, are you going to do anything for Valentine's Day?
Nah.
Gonna give your wife Easter. It could be fun if you gave her a variety of other Easter things.
Yeah, that's true.
Mini eggs, Cadbury cream.
I did get mini eggs too.
I think a variety of Easter chocolate could be great because you know the Dollarama will have it out.
Yeah, that's where I got it.
And then at Easter, you give her Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
This is fun.
That's a great idea. Thanks for saving my marriage. Yeah.
Bro, won't be the first time.
Amen.
Dave, we've done it. This is our annual Valentine's Day show.
Yeah.
The love line is now closed.
You know, we didn't talk about anything sexual, really.
Well, I mean, we didn't get any questions.
Oh, yeah, plus the love line's closed, James. We can't get into it now.
Hold on. Like, I'll bring this up as a last little topic here before we round things out. You know, we've talked about is Halloween sexy? Is Christmas sexy? Valentine's Day is sexy.
I mean, it must be.
Sexier than Christmas.
Yeah, I'd say. People...
It's literally a holiday predicated on you and your better half
making love,
being romantic with each other.
Yep.
Walked by a sex shop the other day. Lots of Valentine's Day negligees out there.
Yeah, I guess people probably get pretty horny on Valentine's Day.
Do you?
Not really.
All right.
I don't think my odds of anything happening are the same as any other day.
Well, why don't we put a bet down right now, Dave? You're all about the betting world. Is Dave gonna seal the deal on Valentine's Day? What's the spread, Dave?
Oh, this reminds me of I mean, I guess there's like a Josh Hartman movie or something. I don't know. This is
40
the
Days and 40 Nights.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, where he gets sexually assaulted
yeah.
by
He
his
does.
girlfriend in the movie, and no one really batted an eye
No one
at it back
cared.
then.
No one at
I
all.
went to the Wikipedia page recently,
Yeah,
and I was like, I wonder if they touch on it.
yeah.
And then it's just like a one-liner. In his sleep, he is then, and they write the R word by
It's
his.
not even his girlfriend. It's his ex who
It's
wants
his
to get back with
ex-girlfriend.
him, just like the
Yeah,
question. Yeah,
yeah. She's like, I'm gonna ruin his 40 days and 40 nights.
she commits the
A
most
sex assault.
lewd act
Yeah.
possible.
But getting back to your situation, Dave, what are the odds? Give me the odds here. I want this to be like it's, we just had the Super Bowl. This is our Super
It's
Bowl.
our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know.
You need the spread here.
I'm gonna say
And is there a parlay?
there's a Well, the parlay would be if we both like. You would have to bet on two events. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
would be.
do both parties climax?
Oh, that's the parlay.
That could be the
Oh,
parlay.
that's 100%, baby. That's money in the bank.
Well, I want to hear it. I want you to give me the odds here.
Of just an encounter.
Yeah. With your wife. Or maybe Sylvia from down the street.
I'm gonna say with my wife, with Sylvia, 0. With my
But
wife,
if you put the bets on it, the odds are not in your favor. But man, you could probably make a really leave with a big winner's
that's
purse.
true. It's a big underdog.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't put a number on it. No, it's 100%, James.
100%.
Yeah.
So the odds are 100%. You
Yeah.
seal the deal on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
that's right. I'm announcing it now. To the
Is there a
world.
parlay?
The parlay is will you fool around?
Man,
That's a pretty bad parlay, ladies and gentlemen.
this is hardcore, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a hardcore Valentine.
Yes, it was a hardcore episode. Folks, that's it for Valentine's Day. We hope if you're with someone you love that they've got a headlock on your heart. If you're not with anyone that you love and you're feeling bitter and betrayed, hey, make yourself your Valentine, hang out with some of your other single friends, and recognize doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. Because when Valentine's Day ends, you'll wake up and still be alone on a regular, normal day of the week. For Dave, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.